I ran every day for 128 days. From January to May 7th, 2020, I would lace up my shoes and go for a run every single day. But the question is why? Why did I run every day for 128 days? And it wasn't for the reasons you'd think either, like the physical or mental benefits, but instead for something different entirely. To really explain why, we have to go back to where it all started, where I first found a love for running. So as a kid, I always enjoyed the games where running was involved, whether that be running far or running fast. I didn't really mind. But at this point I wasn't really known for being a runner, and I definitely hadn't had any opportunity to test my skills in a race or in even anything close to a race. But this all changed when we had the annual fun run in year 3, where I placed first in my year group. This was the moment where I actually knew I was good at running, and definitely the people around me, I was known as a runner after that. Then in middle school I progressed more, being the youngest on the middle school cross country team, and I actually have a picture of me in the newspaper here. That's me, just there. And so I kept working at running, and I actually did an athletics season as well, and towards the end of middle school I was ranked top 20 for the 1500 in the UK, which I was really pleased about. And during middle school, running was such a large part of my identity as well. If there was ever a cross-country race or if there was ever a long-distance track event, I was the one expected to win that race, or at least expected to come to place well in it. When I went up to upper school or high school in year 9, I just didn't feel right. There was something off, and I noticed this particularly when I was doing the cross-country season. I would just get extremely cold and just not be able to perform to my highest level. But all of that high school year 9, I just did not feel right. I felt kind of ill for most of the year. But then on the 13th of November 2017, I was diagnosed with a heart arrhythmia. In my case, this was that my heart had normal beats, but then it also had these extra beats, which was causing my heart to be very inefficient. When I look back, this is really not a good time for me, and I just didn't even want to consider what the implications were for my running. But it did explain some of the weird events that happened over those last few years, like just getting extremely cold at cross countries when it wasn't even that cold. And there are a few other events that I can definitely point to where it was my heart arrhythmia that was actually causing it. I was then put on drugs that slowed down my heart and effectively stopped those irregular beats. The problem with these, though, is they stopped me from being active and motivated, and really hit me quite hard mentally. And at this point I just had no motivation to go running or confidence, even though the doctors kind of said I was allowed to run. I had my heart operation on the 9th of March 2018. It all went well actually, and it was curative. But in terms of running, I just had no motivation, and I had just such a lack of confidence for having not run properly for a very long time. But then in the summer, I got back into track in a kind of semi-serious fashion. I went to 11 meets and I was training a bit, and I kind of was mostly doing it for fitness, but I was doing track again. But then there was a big period after that where I didn't do any running at all, no racing or training, and I rationalise this by saying that I had my GCSEs, which, yeah, fair enough, but really, in retrospective, it was just an excuse to not do running because of a lack of confidence that I hadn't built up after having my heart surgery and after having my heart problem, I guess. In September 2019, I started college, and it was much the same story. I still struggled to find that inner motivation to get myself to go running. I essentially didn't go running apart from a few runs from home here and there, but other than that, nothing. So it got round to Christmas time of 2019 when I finally said, if not now, then when? You know, when was I going to find the motivation to run? And I think the answer would have been I'd never find it if I was just going along my current course. And the reason I wanted to run is because I felt like there was such a large part of me missing because I wasn't running. So at Christmas time, I set myself a New Year's resolution. I would run every day for 66 days in the new year. And like I say, this wasn't for a big goal or like winning a race or the track season or anything like that. It was to find my motivation to go back to running and to make running a habit again. And also to get my confidence up so that when it comes round to like the track season, obviously it's not a thing anymore. But if it was, I would have the confidence to compete and to train with my club and all of that. So long story short, I ended up going well over my target of 66 days. I ended up doing 128 days of daily running. But more importantly, I gained a love for the sport again and for embracing the process of the daily grind rather than getting my motivation from having success, which is problematic when you obviously don't have success. Every time I did another daily run, I took a step forwards in my running journey. And that's what was important. Those small steps every day surmounted to a huge mountain of progress at the end of the 128 days. And that's what I love about running. Your success is what you will do to be there, to do it. To go for that workout when it's raining and windy and horrible outside, you're still going to do it because you want to embrace the process and get better. Your success is based on how much you put into the sport. And I love being able to chase my dreams and knowing that my work today will get me somewhere tomorrow. And my final takeaway from this is, if you have a dream, whether that be in running or in life in general, chase it, go after it, and the more work you put in, the more you'll get out. Take for example my YouTube channel. It's already been a lot of hard work and I maybe haven't got back what I have given into it, but I know I will in the future. And every single video I make, I'm pushing further to my dream. And it's the same with running. Every workout you do, you're improving, you're getting better, and you're getting closer to being able to accomplish your PB times or whatever goal you're chasing. And like I said before, if you keep taking those steps every single day, then over the course of a year, you're going to be sitting on a huge mountain of hard work and effort. And you're probably going to be in a lot better place than you were when you started, or a very different place maybe. Okay, so thank you if you have stuck around till the end of the video. This has been more of a story-based video, whereas my last ones have been a lot of gear reviews, honestly. And hopefully this has been motivational for you. I know it was motivational for me filming it and planning it, and just seeing my journey so far. It's been very cool. Please like and subscribe, it would really help me out, and comment down below any questions, suggestions and opinions. And as always, there are links in the description to my Strava, my Instagram and the gear that I use. Until next time, I've got to run. I'll see you in the next one.